afternoon, Viking family. Welcome back to the Sports Blitz Thursday show. I'm Macy.
And I'm Chris. We have a good show lined up for you today. We have some recaps, highlights, and entertainment on our show here today, so let's get into it.
We're starting off our show with a look at the highly anticipated football game that took place on Friday night. HF faced Bolingbrook and took home the victory by a score of 55-6. Let's have a look.
Yeah, now you getting that.
Let's get in that field. Hey, let's get in that field.
Now you get it. I don't care if you scored 10 touchdowns or no touchdowns. I don't care what you did. Everybody eats. Everybody eats. And that's going to be a theme throughout. Get your opportunity. But the only way we're going to be able to do that is if tomorrow we come in, and everybody's got their mind on getting better. If you decide that you don't want to get better, then man, it's not the place for you. Because everybody that come in here tomorrow is going to be getting better. You understand?
Let's go.
Hey, love y'all. I'm proud of y'all. Coaches, do y'all have anything?
Nope, stay right here for this picture, though.
Hey, if y'all in the back, stand up. If y'all in the back,
Right here
stand
for
up.
this picture, though.
What a way to set the tone for the season. You don't want to miss the football games next game against Marion Catholic at Marion. Tickets are on GoFan, so get one before it's too late.
Next up on our show today is a recap of a historic game, our field hockey team's first home game of the season. Declan was there to cover their game Saturday, so let's see how they played.
The Homewood Flossmoor field hockey team kicked off their season in spectacular fashion with a hard-fought 2-1 victory over Lakes Community on Saturday. After an over-decade-long wait, the Vikings have finally secured their first opening day win. It all started with a bang as Maya Perkins dazzled the crowd with a stunning first goal early in the first quarter, setting up the tone for an electrifying match. But the excitement didn't stop there. Katie Russell stepped up and delivered the decisive blow with a brilliant second goal that had the fans on their feet. Check it out. Despite a determined effort from Lakes Community, Homewood Flossmoor held firm, showcasing their resilience and skill. The victory is not just a win, it's a statement. The Vikings are back and they're ready to make the season one for the books.
So good stuff. Who scored our first goal?
Ryan!
Who scored our second goal? And who stopped almost everything except one shot?
So here's to a fantastic start and many more thrilling moments ahead. Congratulations, HF. Your opening day win is one for the history books.
What a great way to start their season. The field hockey team made a statement last year, rising above their expectations. So I'm excited to see how they rise to the occasion this year.
Me too. You know, field hockey is much harder than it looks. And that brings us to our next segment, our field goal competition, where I found out kicking a field goal is much harder than it looks.
Well, maybe for you it is. I didn't have a real hard time with it. Let's roll the clip before I spoil it too much.
What's up, HF? You know, after Viking football started off their season last week, us at Sports Blitz got inspired to have our own competition. So in this week's edition of the Sports Blitz competition series, we'll be having a full field goal competition. Let's get into it. So here's how our competition goes. Every competitor has 3 chances to make the field goal at the given distance. If you make it on one of the 3 attempts, you move on to the next round. If you miss all 3, you're out of the competition. We started off with yours truly, Macy, at the 2-yard line. Next up in round 1, we have Miles. Next up in round 1, we have Declan. And to finish off round 1, we have Chris. At the end of round 1, everybody's moving on. Now starting round 2 is Macy from the 5-yard line. And now in round 2, we have Miles. Following Miles in round 2, we have Declan. Last up in round 2 is Chris. And at the end of round 2, everybody advances. Round 3, we have Macy at the 10-yard line.
Oh my God!
Following Macy getting out of the competition, Miles is up next. Up next in round 3, we have Declan. To finish up round 3, we have Chris.
Oh, you out!
At the end of round 3, only Miles and Declan survive. After not 1, not 2, but 3 more rounds of back and forth battle between Miles and Declan, they stepped up to the 30-yard line. Door now open for Declan to finally take the win. He's up next. As both Miles and Declan missed at the 30-yard line, they decide to call it a tie. Make sure to tune in next week to see who will take the win in our next competition. Reporting from VTV, I'm Macy Hamer.
My time will come when I finally win one of these competitions, so make sure you stay tuned every week to our show. Who knows, maybe next week is that time. Next up is tennis. The girls competed at Stag yesterday and took home the win. We look forward to covering them at home.
And if you have any suggestions for our show or want to participate in a competition, send us an email at vtv@hf.233.org. We're open to any feedback or any new competition.
Our next segment comes from a game of focus and precision, golf. Declan was there last Thursday when the boys faced off against Stag, and HF's very own Logan Cogswell took home first in the match, shooting a 37. It's a really calming game to watch, isn't it?
It definitely is. On Thursday, Declan Klein focused on capturing the beauty of the game. Check it out.
The boys team also played a quad on Tuesday. No one placed, but a competitive effort from the team.
They look forward to Monday when they play in the Lamont Invite. The girls team also played at Lincoln Way Central yesterday when senior Julia Henry grabbed another top 5 finish, taking 4th place. Another great effort from her.
You know, I've always wanted to be a golfer.
I think last week you proved that you and golfing are not a good mix.
Hey, I'll have my chance to redeem myself. Speaking of redemption, the volleyball team put on a show last night at Hinsdale South, picking up their first win at home and improving their record to 6-2.
The team was really working together last night, showing that their bond and chemistry as a team is growing as the season progresses.
Yeah, I was at the game last night and it was an exciting one to watch. Let's check it out.
Jeff girls volleyball team pulled off a landslide victory last night against the Hinsdale South Hornets. They took the game in 2 sets and grabbed their first win at home this season.
Sadly, that's all we have for our show today. We have a lot of exciting things coming to you next week, so stay tuned.
It's always a blast preparing these shows for you guys and showcasing our Viking student athletes. Make sure you tune in every week for our show. For everyone here at VTV, have an amazing day. Reporting for VTV, I'm Macy King.
And I'm Chris Thompson. See you guys next week.